Hello, everyone. It's often said that when you walk out of a room, what lingers in the mind of people is your image. And we as image consultants are very much aware that it's all a play of the way you appear, the way you conduct yourself, and the way you make the other person feel. Essentially, a combination of your image management and your soft skills. Taking these two pillars of image management forward is Chitakshi Vij, who's with us today and is a budding image consultant. Welcome, Chitakshi.
Thank you, ma'am. It's always nice to hear such beautiful words from you about us, especially since you've trained us from the beginning.
Great to have you here. So, Chitakshi, before we begin, do tell us something about your journey. What were you doing prior to this? And what prompted you or what attracted you towards image management?
My journey has been very interesting, and I think a large part of the audience would be able to relate to it. I've experimented a lot with my career and studies. I started off as an engineer, so I am a BTech in electronics and communication. All those 4 years of
Wonderful.
engineering, I was only trying to figure out what I really want to do. And after that, I realized sitting behind a laptop was not the kind of thing I could do. And not that I liked having a brain. Oh, I'm brilliant. But yes, sitting behind a laptop wasn't my thing to do because I have a lot of energy and I like going out, talking to people, interacting with people. I'm a people's person. And that's how I got into PR. I started my career with PR and then into marketing and later on into advertising and sales with media companies. Then I realized that this was such a good opportunity. Somebody came to me and said, my grandmother, for that matter, another very interesting story. She came to me and she said, engineering or media, they're not for you. No matter how much happiness you're getting there right now, or the kind of money that you're earning, the kind of fun that you're having, it's not really what you should do. And yes, that's when I realized that no, this wasn't my thing to do. And I quit my job in the corporate and I became an image consultant.
Excellent. And what a grandmom, right? To even figure out that this is not meant for her granddaughter. But honestly, no learning is ever wasted. So whatever you've learned, even when you were an engineer, is definitely going to come in handy somewhere down the line. Isn't it, Chitrakshi?
Absolutely.
Right? So where did you hear about image management? Besides your grandmother, where did she hear it from?
Okay, so one is very unfortunate as the story starts. My grandmother had gone for a funeral to Mumbai, and a funeral, she happens to meet somebody who's working with ICBI. They were a trainer with ICBI. So she was there at the funeral, attended the funeral, stayed in Mumbai for 5 days, and she made sure she found out everything about this trainer and consultant. As soon as she stepped foot in Delhi, she walked into my room and she said, listen, I think you should quit your job right this second. I found the perfect career for you. You have a background from the defense forces. You know a lot about grooming and styling. You have had the etiquette. You do everything right. Why don't you go out and train and teach people all the knowledge you have? Media is good, but that's not really making you, it's not empowering you. So well, that's how I got into it.
And I truly believe that it's very important not only to empower ourselves, but also to empower others, right? So tell me something, that why do you think image management is one of the careers of the decade?
We've had this discussion so many times. We've been interacting with so many clients, and today I think this is just the platform to discuss this question. Image management and image consulting is a very lucrative career. In fact, the most lucrative career of the century, for that matter, because now we've starting with liberalization and globalization, we are not restricted and limited to our villages, our small towns, our cities, our hometowns, our metros, or for that matter, our country. We are now traveling globally for work, both when we have jobs and even as entrepreneurs. Not just that, we're also traveling for fun, for experiences. and outings. Now that we are interacting with people at a global level, we need to be prepared for it. We don't just have to be prepared to compete with them, we have to be prepared also to have a very strong backing. When something comes on to you very forcefully, you should know how to hold your ground. You should know how to keep yourself firmly on the ground. And image management, image consulting, soft skills teaches you just that. Not to prepare you only for times where you not only for times of success and to get better, but also to deal with things which you're not really prepared for, the unexpected.
Very well said. And I'm so glad you put that across, because a lot of people confuse image management with either fashion designing or styling. It's a lot more holistic. And in image management, everything begins with you first, and then you transfer it to somebody else, right? Now that you are a certified image consultant, and I'm really stressing on the certified because I know that to get a certification in image management, how hard you have to work, all your assignments, the pro bonos, the trainings that we are grilled through. So now that you are certified and out in the field, what are the kind of areas that you are training in?
Ma'am, this is a wonderful topic that you picked up, the idea of certification. When I started this course, I started keeping soft skills in mind. So, as in when I thought I would start with soft skills. However, there were no dates and schedule available because I was working that time. So, I happened to start with my image batch, which, if you remember, you had started taking. As soon as I got into my image batch, I realized that image was more my calling than soft skills was. Image as a whole attracted me much more than soft skills. Soft skills, we start with classes. Every class is a topic. We have maximum 2 classes for each topic, and after you're done with the topic, you can still start practicing, start training people on the topics that you've covered, because you have an exam after this. So in a way, after your soft skills classes, you're equipped and you're able to take trainings. However, image consulting is not complete till you are completely certified, because every part of image is equally important. If lines and colors are important, so is getting them all together and then making and creating a lookbook, which is the thing that you're supposed to give your clients. It is something that you leave your clients with. Till you're completely done with the lookbook, till you have everything in place, you cannot go to a client. Not only because you are not ready, but also because as an image consultant, you are responsible for the entire community. You're backing the entire community is backing you. So if you make a mistake, if you are not certified, if you make a mistake when you're not certified, it all falls back upon all those image consultants, all those image consultants who from across the country, whose responsibility you've taken alone as a consultant. So it's better to get certified. You know, there are so many things to add, and by the end of it, you know how to present yourself to the client.
I agree. We've all worked very, very hard for our certification, as you can say that now. So now that you go out into the industry, do you realize that people are aware about image management? Is the awareness level there in the industry?
Back when I started, people understood soft skills more than image. But now I've realized that people are getting out of those shells that looks don't matter, even though looks are what we think about day in, day out. We all want to look good all the time. However, when you encounter an image consultant, the first thing that you say is looks don't matter. And because you want to be convinced, today I can definitely tell you that looks are not restricted to just looking good, feeling good, or to men or women. It is everybody, men, women, children, grandparents. Everybody wants to look good. Everybody wants to feel good about what they are wearing, how they look, how they appear to everybody else. So the idea of image consultant, the awareness about image consulting is now highly widespread, and people know quite a lot about it.
And don't forget, as Judith says, when you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you think good. And when you think good, feel good, look good, people automatically respond good to you. So that is the entire mantra which is going on.
That's
I'm so
exactly.
happy.
Sorry.
Yeah, but I'm so happy that you are doing corporates, you are doing, I believe you're working with the United Nations, and you are also looking after certain schools. So that's a huge genre of work that you are touching. Do talk about it.
This started when I wanted to realize my niche. I think this is where we all lack. When we start our image consulting course, we are not sure which direction we want to take. And like I told you, I'm always experimenting with what I like. So I've entered almost all trajectories possible, from retail to corporate to one-on-one consulting. One-on-one consulting is, as far as image is concerned, happens to be one of my favorites, and that's where I strictly refrain myself from going out and going into a huge domain. I like to get into men's styling primarily. And
Okay.
other than that, because men these days, no matter where they are from, they are very, very conscious about their looks. They are the ones who are coming from small towns and making it big in this big world. And that's when they don't need help. They just need somebody who enables them to understand their true power. And that's where we as image consultants help them.
That's true, because we always say that, to be successful, knowledge alone is not enough. Because with your knowledge and your experience, you will perform when you are given the chance. But what happens before that? You need to be given that chance. And that makes a huge difference if you know what are the kind of impressions you create and how is your image being perceived by the other person. And over there, the image consultants can make a huge dent in anybody's personality in a good way, right? So, very rightly said, image and soft skills are a 360-degree package which need to be developed in every individual, outside as well as inside.
True. In fact, this is how I put image consulting to everybody. This is how you see yourself. This is how people see you. As image consultants, this is what we do. So
Agreed. We put it together, we help you put it together so that you really become the picture that you want yourself to be, but haven't been able to get there, right? So what is your road, or have you created a map for your success? What exactly are you planning in the future?
I have great plans for myself, like everybody should. I have a very optimistic approach to my life. There, I can just say that there've been various hurdles on the way, and yes, I've all of them were very, very good experiences, teaching me a lot of things. First and foremost, it took me time, but finding your niche is what we all need to do primarily. Once we find our niche, we need to know how to go about it. I was a little too conscious, even about making videos. I'm not very open about my work on social media. I'm not really active that way. However, I've been lucky that I've got a lot of work through word of mouth, through interactions. I've been at the right place at the right time, I must say. And so there has been no dearth of work. However, when you know your niche, your work is not stressful anymore. So I can handle any sort of consulting, but the right sort of consulting, which is I'm going to be very, very good no matter whose image I consult with. I will be the best when I'm happy and I'm at peace with whatever I'm doing. And that's why we need to find a niche.
Yeah, and Chitakshi, there is a time and place for everything. You can't rush into things. You got to experience every stage before you go there. So that's very important, because that experience and that learning is what makes you complete, and it helps you grow. So Chitakshi, thank you so much. More power to all of us, because we are in a business of people, with people, by people, and we are blessed that we are empowering people every day, and we should carry on this good work. Thank you so much for being with us. Pleasure. I'm Renu Mehra, President of the Image Management Professional Association Delhi chapter, signing off. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.